especially people in my world. I wrote Keto Clarity as you know, and encourage people to get into a state of ketosis. But I'm like, sometimes push that boundary. Okay, maybe you started with insulin resistance and ketosis or carnivore or whatever helped you kind of heal that. How do you know that you've become more insulin sensitive if you don't test it with something a little higher carb, maybe a little more protein or whatever than you are typically used to eating? See how you do, test your blood sugar, and just don't make a big deal about it, but kind of say, okay, I want to have this thing. Now let's see what happens. Like that, that's the beauty when you start to
experiment.
Have to see what you're feeling.
Yeah, and that's it. Just like it's like an experiment. We need to try, and I don't plan to be carnivore strictly forever at all. And I've already been like reintroducing some fruit. So I've been eating bananas again occasionally without any issue. I've been eating blueberries again occasionally. Like I plan to be somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to sit on this animal-based scale, but carnivore isn't realistic for me forever. And I know that, and I'm totally okay with that. And I'm really honest about that. Some people are just, that is for them, but that's just not what I want to get from this. I want to be able to add foods back into my diet that, you know, I give me a bit of just something else, you know. So
keto can be hard. Tabulating, measuring, baking, taking 3 months to perfect one recipe, and to mixed reviews.
Did something die in here? Oh, I think it moved.
And by that point, you give up your diet, find a dark corner, and stuff yourself with sugar, carbs, and regret.
This, isn't what it looks like.
Well, this is where Keto Chow saves the day. The easiest, tastiest, ketoist meal replacement on the market.
It's like ice cream melted in my mouth.
Yes, but melted ice cream with all the protein, nutrients, vitamins, and electrolytes your body needs.
Oh, that's cool.
And with 3 starter kits, each with restaurant tips, keto food guides, and a ton of flavors to try, your taste buds and your waistline will thank you.
Thank you.
So grab your starter kit today at jimmylovesketochow.com.
It's so easy.
Keto Chow. Make keto easy.
So you guys have beautiful avocado.
oh my God, I haven't got there yet, but I can't wait. I miss them so much.
There's the oxalate issue and all this kind of stuff. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you can have those kinds of things, but yeah, life is not complete without a little guacamole every once in a while.
I know, right? I haven't had any for so long. I've been having my sour cream still, but yeah. And that's the thing, like I've been able to introduce those 2 things back. Like I don't have them every day, but I have them often, bananas and blueberries, and they've been fine. And then once, like I slowly introduce one thing at a time and see if I tried raspberries and that didn't work. They upset me. So I was like, okay, raspberries aren't working. So they came off. Like I could feel straight away whether it was acidic, like my body reacted. And it's like to be so in tune with my body like I've never been before is incredible, you know.
So empowering when you notice things almost in real time. It's almost like you're eating it and then you're like,
oh, what's going on? It really is. And that's what it felt like. So yeah, it's really crazy. It's just, I think this is the true, like I'd never tried an elimination diet before. I'd never taken everything out, and to be able to do this and to really see what my body likes and doesn't, it's just really, I feel so privileged to be able to do this, you know. It feels really great for me to have lived this like 36 years and then finally I'm really treating my body how it deserves to be treated. You know, having an eating disorder, I've struggled with bulimia on and off since I was 15 years old. And since I've been eating an animal-based diet or a meat-based diet, it's gone for me. I haven't had any issues with it, which has been amazing. It's probably been the longest into my life where I haven't had issues with it. So
that's amazing. That's the power of getting the mindset right, getting the nutrition right, all of that. The payoff of why you're doing what you're doing. It's not so much that you're going on a diet, trying to kind of have X happen from that diet. It's going on the diet and then the down regulation of all the things that diet's doing for you, lowering insulin, lowering blood sugar, lowering inflammation levels, giving you more energy, making you feel better, helping you sleep better. Like all those things cumulatively add up to you feeling better in your mindset about, whoa, something's different.
Yeah. And it is. And it's like, you know, it pays off. There's a reward because you start to feel so much better. You look better. You're able to work better. There's so many things, you know, that you go, wow, this is just like life changing.
Yes. So guys, if you just joined in, that is Coach Lulu. Go check her out. Lulu Eats Meat over on Instagram. And we're having a nice conversation here today about her carnivore journey, but more importantly, just overall on goal setting and on mindset. So let's get to goal setting, because I threw out a challenge to the people following me in my journey, Lulu. Hey, time for you to do your own journey, and I'm challenging you to kind of come up with goals. What are those things you want to do and accomplish? I have a love-hate relationship for goals. And let's see. My love is it gets you going on pursuing something. So you got your eye on the ball, that the goal is what it is. But I think people make the wrong goals. They say, I want to lose 25 kilo, for example, 60 pounds. And I think that's horrible, that you put this arbitrary number out there of what you want to lose. You don't know what your body wants or needs to lose. You don't know how much muscle you're going to gain, which would then offset the fat loss, but then you'd be upset because you didn't hit your arbitrary, you see what I'm saying? So I feel the goal should be kind of more subjective type things, like I want to feel better, I want to feel stronger, I want to be calmer in my mind. Those are all things you can notice, but there's no quantification of I need X on the scale, I need blood sugar to be this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you make it more general, is that a good rule of thumb?
I think it needs to be, I like visualization as a tool when you're goal setting. I think if instead of looking at, I want to lose this many kilos, it's do you have a piece of clothing in your wardrobe that you want to fit comfortably into again? What does that look like, you know? And having that put out somewhere you can see it every day, that's just one thing that can keep you like goal orientated, going, oh, that's right, I'm gonna fit into you very soon. I'm gonna see you and I'm gonna fit into you. I don't like the scale thing, is just so dangerous. But yeah, visualization, writing your goals out, having them written down so you can see them every day, so you are on track. Not just in a book, but somewhere, like when you wake up, you go, okay, these are my goals today. I've got these goals. But setting goals that are achievable. I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a long-term goal, as long as it's not going to keep you defeated. And that's why I like the tool of just having a piece of clothing out that you want to fit back into comfortably.
It's interesting to say that about the clothing to fit in comfortably. When I started my original Atkins journey, this was 17 years ago, I bought a pair of pants on day one of my journey. I was 410 pounds, 185 kilo, 190, something like kilo.
Yeah.
And I bought a pair of pants that were 20 sizes smaller than I was at that moment. Wow. And that was a little bold. That was a little hopeful, but I did. And I threw those pants up on the wall and said, I'm going to get into you someday.
Yes.
Visual. And literally, like, at first I was like, there's no way, I can't fit one leg in that thing. And no. But then as I started losing weight and as I got to a point where I'm like, okay, they're sitting there, let's pull them down and try. Oh my gosh, I got a leg in. Yes. You know, and then slowly got both legs in. Can't close them, but yes. And then slowly got real close. And it really does work. It's a visual thing that I think kept me going when I got down during that journey.
Yeah, and it is. Having that visual tool is so important. And then the setting like goals that are achievable, like I said, micro goals. So whether they're daily goals, never more than 5 either. 5 goals. You can't have any more than 5. I like to keep it really simple. I usually only set 4 goals with my clients. Any more than 5 is it's just going to get too much. You can't be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Also this, I want to achieve that. Like, no. What do you want to do? Drink water, eat meat, walk every day, do 10,000 steps, and then like read your goals every day. What are they? Like those are just keeping it really simple as just, and you can tick those boxes every day. It's like, yes, I've done it. Great. And if you don't tick one of those boxes one day, that's fine. Work out how, if you don't get your 10,000 steps in, go, okay, well, I'm going to do 12,000 steps for 5 days instead. Make up for it. Like, it doesn't have to be that hard, you know? We make it so hard.
Yes, exactly. My protocol, by the way, is about 8 things, but I've done this a while. So this
when
is
you've
for
been doing it for a long time, for sure. But when you're starting out, it's something like this. It's like in this new kind of diet that's
yes,
already taxing. You know, it's already quite hard on the body. Your
yes.
energy levels drop. There's things that are happening that haven't happened to you before. When you like eliminate so many things, keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid. I love it. By the way, we use that expression here too. The whole kiss.
Oh, you do use it?
Yeah. What we say, bless your heart, kiss.
Oh,
Keep it.
bless you. I say, oh, bless.
Yes, yes, and it's not usually a nice thing if you.
Yeah, you're like, oh God. You're basically saying, oh my God, did you really say that? Or, oh
Yeah.
my God, did you? Yeah.
If the Southern American ever says "bless your heart," they're cussing you out. So
Yeah. I'll remember that. I hope to get to America for a holiday one day. That's for sure.
yes, when the world is not so crazy,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm dying to go back to Australia, just not right this moment. So
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, we're lucky where I am. We haven't had a lockdown for quite some time.
okay,
Yeah.
my friends in Melbourne, I'm just like
Oh, enough.
crazy, but
It's horrible. It's so, so sad. And I'm so blessed, like being in Queensland where we are. I mean, we were lucky to get away once this year to interstate when the borders were open, but we're basically like, did any of your states close down so people couldn't travel from state to state?
I don't think they closed down completely. So if
Yeah.
people didn't like what was going on, they would move out or get out.
Yeah.
And a lot of Canadians came to America to some of the freer states. I'm in one of the freer states in
Yeah.
South Carolina, but like Florida, Texas, Tennessee. So yeah, people are fleeing where they're being open.
We literally are stuck. Like we are literally we are boarded in. Like we cannot leave unless you can travel for work, or like we haven't left here, Queensland, since, we haven't personally since June.
Wow.
And like traveling, we used to travel to Melbourne and Sydney, and so we can't do anything. So hopefully by Christmas we'll be open. That's what we keep getting told.
And people don't realize this about Australia. You literally have to fly to get
everywhere. It's such a big place. It really is.
I could drive if I wanted to, South Carolina to California, and get all your version of going to Perth. You would have to fly a 4.5-hour flight.
It'd take days and days to drive to Perth. Yeah.
Well, and through all the middle part of Australia, it's bushland, right? And there's a lot of scorpions
outback
there, and
it's like a desert.
Yes, no, thank you.
No thanks.
Well, let's get to the mindset part of things, because I do think a lot of people have good intentions when they set these goals we were talking about earlier. They want to go carnivore. They want to have a health goal. They've got type 2 diabetes. They want to, beat that. They want to get off medication, whatever their goal is. But their mindset is, I'm just going to go, rather than, let me think about this. Let me think of like all the possibilities that could come up, which sometimes that can overwhelm people. But if you don't plan, you plan to fail. If you don't plan appropriately, you will plan to fail. Mm-hmm. And though people like, oh my gosh, that didn't work. No, you didn't work because you didn't get your mindset right. So how do you help your clients with that?
So for me, I don't ever tell people to start doing carnivore. If you're I started on an animal-based sort of diet, like the carnivore MD sort of like, I was doing a parasite cleanse when I first started, and a lot of the foods that were in that are still very similar to his sort of animal-based diet. So I was doing that, and then I just got a little bit stricter and a little bit stricter, and then I went all in. So I started in February. And then by May, I went fully strict beef only for a month. And then, so I gave myself a few months to like work into it. And when I went strict in May, that's when I saw the most amazing, transformation, felt the best, all of that. So also with your mindset, it's so important to, like I said, keep your goals simple. But also just making sure that you are set up at home.
Yes.
So pantry is a big thing. So what I did was reorganize the pantry. removed anything that I couldn't, or that might trigger me to a place